Welcome back to Bears News Fan Report, where we bring you the latest and most exciting sports news every single day. Tonight, we're zeroing in on a development that has the potential to reshape the Chicago Bears' entire offensive blueprint. Rookie tight end Colston Loveland's shoulder injury is going to hold him out of practice until training camp at the earliest. That delay could derail the soaring expectations for his rookie campaign. But what does this mean for the Bears' offense, for rookie quarterback Caleb Williams, and for fans who envisioned Loveland as the missing piece? Stick around, because the full story is much deeper than a simple injury report. Loveland's shoulder issues date back to the early weeks of Michigan's 2024 campaign, when he began feeling persistent pain each time he landed on his right side after contested catches or jarring inline blocks. According to his own account, he first noticed the discomfort around Week 3 of the college season, chalking it up to everyday wear and tear from the physical Big Ten grind. He tried to manage the soreness non-surgically, sleeves, tape, targeted rehab, but every time he reached out for a catch or locked elbows with a linebacker, the sharp ache reminded him something was seriously off. Persistent flare-ups forced Loveland to sit out a midseason matchup, but even then, he returned to action quickly, determined not to derail Michigan's potent offense. It wasn't until January, during the exhaustive pre-draft process, when he was supposed to be celebrating a Rose Bowl victory and preparing for combine drills, that team physicians recommended imaging studies. ADRI confirmed a torn acromioclavicular, AC joint ligament, and early signs of instability in the shoulder socket. With his draft stock on the line and his long-term health at stake, Loveland elected to undergo arthroscopic AC joint repair rather than risk further damage. The surgery, performed by renowned orthopedic specialist Dr. Neil Elatrek, involved re-anchoring the torn ligaments and cleaning up loose cartilage fragments to restore full range of motion. Post-op protocols call for 6 months of progressive rehab, focusing first on gentle range exercises, then on muscle building, and finally on contact drills. While Los Angeles and Chicago media reported optimism, Dr. Elatrak's letter to teams praised Loveland's recovery trajectory. This timeline still rules him out of voluntary OTAs and minicamp, delaying his crucial spring development period. Consequently, the Bears will need to manage his workload carefully, bringing him along in padded practices only once the shoulder can handle the pounding of direct blocks and abrupt collisions. Let's set the scene. Colston Loveland entered the 2025 NFL Draft as a unicorn, a Big Ten tight end with 100-yard production at Michigan, elite run-after-catch ability, and the versatility to line up in-line, in the slot, or motioned out wide. When Chicago used the number 10 overall pick to select him, the rejoicing echoed through Halas Hall. Analysts praised the pick as perfect for offensive-minded coach Ben Johnson, who runs zone schemes, heavy personnel packages, and loves to unleash play-action strikes to mismatches. In fans' minds, Loveland instantly became the heir to a lineage of Bears TE heroes, Mike Ditka, Greg Olsen, and Adam Shaheen. But reality struck this week when team insiders confirmed that Loveland underwent minor shoulder surgery, likely a labrum repair, right after rookie minicamp. He's expected to be on the active PUP list through OTAs and voluntary workouts, with a hopeful target of returning at the start of training camp. That means no 7-on-7 reps, no early chemistry building with Caleb Williams, and no in-line blocking. Practice against Chicago's upgraded defensive front. Could this injury slow his acclimation so much that he falls behind veteran tight ends like Cole Kmet and Kevin Koger? Or will the coaching staff shift the offense to hide his absence early? Consider this: rookies rarely master an NFL playbook overnight. The tight end position demands mastery of blocking techniques, route concepts, and recognition of defensive fronts. Without spring practice reps, Loveland will miss critical installation phases of Ben Johnson's pro-style sets. He won't run. The same drills with Williams. No timing throws, no back shoulder fades, no chip-and-release sink work. Is it possible that by week 1, he's still learning Q&A in the film room rather than flashing on field? Such a scenario could significantly temper expectations for his statistical output, snap count, and overall impact. From a numbers standpoint, even a fully healthy rookie TE, like last year's production leader Will Mallory, took until mid-season to hit 30 targets, 20 catches, and 200 yards. Loveland's draft slot pegged him as a potential 500-yard threat with 6 to 8 touchdowns. But shoulder rehab could push that projection closer to 300, 350 yards and 3 to 4 TDs, assuming he re-enters the rotation only incrementally. Could fans be setting themselves up for disappointment if they expect all-pro numbers right out of the gate? Inside the Bears facility, veteran tight ends have been spotted ramping up their spring reps. Komet putting in extra hours on down-block footwork, Koger running drag routes with WRs to show his slot versatility. Meanwhile, Loveland watches from the sidelines, doing rehab but missing competitive reps. Some insiders fret that this dynamic might create a handoff split, where coaches game plan with Komet and Koger in early packages, only inserting Loveland sparingly when he's 80–90%. That could stunt his development, both physically and psychologically, as he fights to regain confidence in his surgically repaired shoulder. On the flip side, shoulder surgeries are common and often successful for pass-catching TEs. Recent success stories, like George Kittle missing a spring with a similar injury, returned stronger by week 1, simply because the rehab protocols have advanced so much. Chicago's medical staff, lauded for their work with Justin Fields and David Montgomery, is reportedly confident that Loveland will make a full recovery without losing his vertical burst or catch radius. But could the league's first impression of seeing him only in pads and preseason impact his snap counts long-term? Let's not forget the quarterback factor. Caleb Williams, the number 1 pick fresh off a Heisman Trophy season, is entering an offense bursting with talent. Before Loveland's injury, analysts projected 25 to 30% of Williams' early targets to the tight end position. Now, Williams may lean more on DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, or Rashawn Johnson in the short term. Could Williams' own learning curve, adjusting to NFL pocket speed, be set back by not having his beloved TE security blanket? In mid-season, adding to the intrigue, some league scouts whisper that the Bears might use this injury timing to stock up on another pass-catching tight end at the trade deadline, an under-the-radar veteran for experience, while Loveland completes rehab. Could Chicago pivot from build through the draft to plug in a veteran if they view Loveland's timeline as too delayed for 2025 contender aspirations? That kind of mid-season adjustment would reveal how serious they are about winning now versus developing for the future. Throughout the fan base, opinions are exploding. Social media polls show a razor-thin divide. 52% believe Loveland will overcome the setback and finish as the lead TE by December. 48% fear he'll struggle to get on the field, turning into a red zone decoy rather than a full-time threat. Bears podcast hosts already breathlessly debate whether his absence opens the door for undrafted free agents to earn a roster spot. Could the dream of a Caleb to Loveland connection become a cautionary tale of spring training injuries rewriting a rookie narrative? With training camp looming in late July, every practice snapshot, every coach's quote, and every practice squad transaction will be magnified. Will Loveland hit the field on day 1 at full speed? Or will he be limited, working off to the side while coaches preach patience and long-term upside to hungry reporters? That buildup will define his rookie season's story, either as a triumphant return or a cautionary what-if for years to come. But what do you think about all of this? Should Bears fans temper their hopes for a Loveland breakout in year 1, Or do they believe in his elite talent and medical team's ability to get him ready by week 1? I'm torn between the optimism that his skill set is rare and the realism that rehab timelines can slow even the best athletes. I can't wait to read your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe to Bears News Fan Report, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss our latest insider analysis and breaking Bears news. Bear down.